Hello guys and gals, welcome to my first video on this channel. Today we're going to be making a sheet metal switch panel for the S10. We're going to use the Wen electric shears, corded. I wanted this particular model because I could get replacement blades for it. A lot of the other ones that were available, you couldn't get the blades, and I didn't want to take the time to sharpen them by hand, so on and so forth, just replace them and go. So let's get started. Okay, this is what I got. We're going to fill this hole with the switch panel. Probably put a volt gauge in there as well. The truck doesn't have a heater box or HVAC control, so this is prime location to do a switch panel. All right, I made a gauge panel for it. Fortunately, I did not make a video for it, but this is what we're going after. Something nice, clean, put a couple switches in the gauge, something functional. May not be the prettiest. I'm not a fabricator, but we're going to try it anyway. All right, so I got my measurements. We're going to start laying this out. I'm just going to use a Sharpie instead of a scribe for this. We'll cut the edges, doesn't have to be exact, so this will be good enough. Also brought to you by Budweiser Select. Definitely not a high dollar beer, not a special beer, but it's good for the price. Being that I live by St. Louis, gotta represent. All right, let's get to trimming. One thing to keep in mind with these, where that middle blade's at, it's going to take out that much material. So you want to make sure you have your line to the right side of this draw, and that'll leave the material you want to keep. There you go, that's what it takes out. There we go. There's a basis for our switch panel. Rust out of the way. Little bent corner. Would cut a little further. Would have cut clean instead of leaving the tail where it stopped the cutters itself. No big deal. I'm going to round these corners off. You know, file them a little bit so they're nice and smooth, so you don't get cut while you're working with this piece. The other thing I need to do is measure out, cut out for the little storage pocket that I'm going to leave, and then we'll lay out the holes for just a couple switches and this voltmeter gauge. Not the best, but I had it, so we're going to reuse it. Mark where I have some mounting holes. You can use existing holes to screw it in with. So grab our unibit and drill those out. Nice thing about the unibit, kind of eyeing this out. If they don't quite line up, you can make the hole just a hair bigger. Good start. Do one last test fit. Want to spare every one of the in and out of making everything fit. So that's what we have. It's a good start. We'll make some spacers, be able to space this out, match up with this. Make some spacers behind it to hold it out. Drill the holes for the switches and the gauge, and we'll paint it. We'll be good to go.
Maybe you should start a GoFundMe account and get a real hole saw.
So here we go. One more test fit before we scuff and paint and space it out so it matches. Plenty of room to expand later. Extra gauges, extra switches, whatever you may need. She ain't pretty, but it's functional.